Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
And two idiots join the Inquisition. Dark Heresy! Welcome back to another episode of Dark Heresy. As the Imperial Scribe of this vessel, I am satisfied to be documenting the many adventures of Andrew Dickinger, Shepard Tombs, and their Servo-Skull companion, Daniel Fernandez. When you last left them, our boys had returned to the castle, along with the rescued Baroness Collins. If they have any hope of placing her upon this icy throne, they need to find the Queen's will and uncover the true villain of this insidious plot. Will they be able to wrap up this mystery, or have they doomed this kingdom to a malevolent future? Let's find out.
All right, Daniel, turn you on. Cleared some data on the way. It looks like there's something stuck in there, but we're at the second bedroom now.
Yes, here we are, taking a look around. So we find the statue, I guess, mess around with it. Is it like a head thing, or like you tilt the head
She gave you
back?
instructions. You actually raised the leg up. There actually is a leg that sort of moves.
Does it make the statue do like a high kick or something?
Yes, it does, actually.
Nice.
Yes.
Does it make a sound when we do it?
It seems the Queen was a fan of Chorus Line. Quite interesting.
And a panel moves away on the wall, and there is an opening there. There appears to be some sort of safe, but the safe is open.
Damn it.
And there is nothing inside of it.
Shit.
Wait a second. In the back room there was a camera that could look into the previous third room. Is there potential there's a camera in here?
I mean, there was the secret camera that they had set up. There might be one set up in here. I don't think so.
That's right.
though.
That dirty bird queen had quite a few good times and recordings in these rooms. Potentially she has one in here as well.
So I can do scan. With Daniel, essentially.
Yes.
So I'm going to use Daniel to get a plus 10 because I need it.
Yay!
Still needed it, but it does pass.
There is a camera set up in here. It was... How much did you pass by?
That would be with your bonus 2 degrees of success.
Okay, that's enough to figure out all the information. So, there was a camera in here. It was damaged or destroyed or disabled. This happened the same night the Queen was murdered.
Would there still be footage, though, from it? Because the camera itself is destroyed, but is...
The footage has been erased. Like, somebody went in and erased any of the footage that would be from this.
Shit bird. It's broken.
And they actually, it looks like they specifically went in, erased the footage for this camera, did not erase the footage that showed that it was...
To set up the Queen and the Baroness.
Obviously didn't want them to actually see who took the stuff from the safe. But it would have to be somebody who knew the safe.
Who knew about the... Well, not only the safe, but knew about the secret camera and how to disable it.
What the fuck? How could somebody know about all that shit?
I'm trying to think. So... I think we meet with Irene Adler. And I say that because, again, I don't trust Lee Strahd, but Irene's running security, if I remember correctly. Is that right, Daniel?
Yeah, well, Lee Strahd is in charge of all of the security, but,
We
yes.
need to figure out who would know about these secret cameras.
Well, I don't think even the security people know about the secret cameras. They were the Queen's cameras.
So really, do you think the Baroness knew about the secret cameras?
I mean, we could always ask.
Which Baroness?
Baroness Collins.
Oh.
But I'm wondering if any of the other royals might have known. Like, is this a staple? Most of these royals just happen to have secret cameras they keep in their rooms for good, fun shenanigans?
I don't know. I mean, these cameras aren't easy to find.
I mean, Adler might have kept track of who was coming in and out of the room at certain times, but that's about the only... I don't know. We could try to talk to her. At this point,
true. The guards at some point would have to come in and check and know and let people in. And when we first arrived, the windows were not open when we checked. Everything...
They don't open. They're...
But hold on. Just a second, Daniel. What if the person that destroyed the cameras was the Lacrimal who came in through the secret passage, went to the other room, destroyed the cameras, got the stuff out of the safe, and then killed the queen.
Potentially, but on the camera we saw the lacrimol didn't do that. It just
This
came
is
up
true, yes,
through the
yes.
wall, stayed in the room, killed her, and left. It would have retained that there as well, and also a pretty easy way to blame that on the lacrimol as well. Show her breaking into the safe, destroying a camera.
Ah, that's true. So it would have to have been whoever was coordinating with them.
So potentially, we could check with the guards and see if anybody did come into this second room. Not the third, which we know they didn't that night, but somebody might have come into the second room.
Okay, so I guess we make our way to the security office.
Okay.
Is Irene Adler available?
And she sort of stands up in the middle of the security office and says, yes, what do you want?
Hello, Irene. Just a few questions, if you've got a moment.
This is a private conversation. We need to ask you some things of a personal nature.
Yes.
More actually a professional nature, but we could keep it private.
Okay, do we need to meet? Yes, sure. What are your questions? I have things to do.
So I guess we slide into like a side office, close the door. Irene, first off, how are you doing?
Oh, it's been a heck of a day.
Wow. Yeah, just rough day. Rough day for us, too. I'm mostly a shell of a man, thanks to the last few hours, but before we get into that, question. The night that the Queen was murdered, I'm sure you remember it quite well.
Yes.
Do you have any details from your security personnel that could let us know kind of what was the cadence of the comings and goings of the Queen's bedchambers?
What?
Okay.
Could you tell me that in English?
Okay,
Sure.
so-
We want to know, did anyone enter the Queen's second bedroom the night or even the day before she was murdered?
She met with several people that day.
Could you provide us a list of those people?
Yes, it was all the claimants to the throne.
Go.
Met with her nephew, Woke, met with Walker, met with Riendo, and met with Denerim, who was another noble. Those are all the people that went in there that day.
Denerim.
Denerim? I
Yes.
don't think we've met a Denerim.
Is Denerim in the castle?
Yeah, Denerim's in the castle. He doesn't have a claim to the throne. I suppose I should be more clear. He is just a noble who was speaking with her.
I go, as I glare over towards Tombs. Fourth person.
Yes, didn't know there was a fourth. That's interesting.
Interesting.
Could the fourth potentially be the Lacrimol? Or even just another player in this?
And I just tap towards the communication device on my person. Could you tell us where this Denerim is currently?
Oh, yeah, his quarters are, and she reads off a location in the castle.
Interesting.
Maybe we should go speak to Denerim.
I think we need to pay him a visit.
So go to Denerim's quarters, knock on the door.
Yes, just a moment. And the door opens, and a man with very long blonde hair and a good smile, he's wearing a very fashionable robe, says, "Oh, hello. How can I help you?"
I immediately push the button on the communicator.
Nothing happens.
Interesting.
All right. Denerim. Because I look at you knowingly, like what the plan was. We don't hear anything, so just wanted to say hello. We have been going around it and basically getting some information from some of the different royals on this horrible, horrible murder, which I'm sure you're aware of, correct?
Oh, yes. Oh, God. It's so terrible what happened to her.
Yes, it is truly a tragedy.
Yes, I saw her. I saw her earlier that day. To think I was one of the last people who saw her.
You say one of the last people to see her. Were you the last person in the room?
No, I saw her in the morning around 10 a.m.
Who would you say probably saw her last?
Well, I assume her killer.
Yes. Let me rephrase this. Who of the castle staff or of maybe the guests do you feel met with her last?
I'm sorry. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, my name is Shepard Tombs. And Andrew's probably stared at me every single time I've done this. I'm Shepard Tombs, a agent of the Inquisition, here with my colleague, Andrew.
And I flash the badge.
Okay.
And
Oh.
as I'm shaking my head.
Oh, so you're investigating the murder then?
Yes.
Oh, goodness. I don't really know who else met with her that day.
Okay. What did you meet with her about?
She wanted to know the current production standards in my mines. We've been working together to improve conditions for the laborers in my fiefdom, and she wanted to know what that had done to affect production. We were making sure that the miners were provided with clothing, and she wanted to know how that affected the bottom line.
Can I use scrutiny to see if he's lying?
Yes, you can.
I will do it as well. Actually, decent scrutiny.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't as well. Damn. 69.
I rolled an 80.
Nice.
It's a fun number.
Yeah. Nothing that he's saying seems to be a lie.
So,
I don't really know why you're talking to me, though. I'm not really... I mean, I saw her that day, but that's about it. Many people met with her. Well, not many people. She's a rather private person. But only the other major nobles met with her.
I'm curious. Riendo, Walker, Woke, they all met with the Queen that day, but you were also invited, and clearly you've had a lot of influence on her recent policy.
Yes, these were at different times. We did not all meet at the same time. Everyone met with her individually, I believe.
Do you remember who went in and who went out at what times?
No, the security could probably tell you that. And if you'd like, we could just double-check the security to know the order that people saw her in, but...
Oh, yes, I think we do believe that we had that order before we left. Daniel, can you run down the list?
Yes, it looks like it was Denerim, Walker, Riendo, and then Woke.
Yes, okay. Well, I totally understand. Curious. You'd mentioned working with the labor and improving the situation. How do you feel about the current mutant situation at the moment?
Well, I don't know what mutants have to do with the miners. The miners aren't mutants. The mutants are a problem. But I make sure that that no one is forced to live in the irradiated parts of the mine, so no one would become a mutant. That's really one of the most important things that we've been doing. We're providing food and shelter and clothing for the miners. And it's turning out, while that is an initial investment that is limited our productivity at first, it seems to be making payoffs. The Queen seemed to be very impressed by that.
I'm curious. It seems like before the Queen passed, you and her were working very closely on a couple very important agendas. I'm asking, of the three that are obviously vying for the throne, why aren't you?
I do not have any royal blood. I'm not related to the Queen.
Well, who of the three do you feel like you'd back if the situation were to arise? Because I'm sure, as you can guess, we from the Inquisition are certainly weighing in, and we'd love to hear the feedback from other parties. The Queen was,
of them, I believe the Queen was extremely close to Baroness, the Baroness Rienda.
Why would you say that?
They met quite often.
And
she would mention her offhand about how the Baroness was making the right choices. I don't know what that meant exactly.
Fair enough. All right. Well, thank you very much, and I hope you have a nice evening.
Yes. Let me know if you have any other questions. I'd love to help. I don't know if I can help any more than that. I don't really know a lot.
Well, we may call on you again, but for now, just have a nice day.
And before we leave the room, I want to do like a quick awareness check, kind of like a look up and down. Like, does it look like he's disheveled, worried? Like, I know we weren't able to perceive from a scrutiny check, like if he's lying.
Yeah.
But see if there's anything in the room that would suggest he's quickly cobbling some things together or whatever. So would that just be an awareness check?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
A little sweep around the room.
Yeah.
I'm actually decent at that. 28. Yes, I crushed that.
This guy looks like he may have been taking the Queen's death very badly. He's got. You could tell that actually the beard that he's been growing a little bit is not a. It is a bit of a depression beard. Does
he have a little bit of like maybe potentially alcohol in his breath?
No, but you do see many empty alcohol bottles scattered around the room.
So this guy may in fact be more genuine, and that the agendas he was trying to push may now be dissolved because of the death of the Queen.
That could be the case.
Potentially.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, and we do want to let you know that I was curious. There was a figure that was here before that was it hasn't been around for quite a while on the planet. We hear that she's passed, but have you ever heard of Baroness Collins?
Oh, Collins. I haven't heard her name in quite some time. She try to do some crazy things.
What was one of the crazier things you thought she was doing?
She spent all of her money on her serfs. Like, I'm all about supporting the serfs, but she lived in a hovel, essentially, compared to the rest of us. And I suppose it paid off, though. She made so much money, and, well, her forays into democracy meant that the Scourges had to have her eliminated. Though I did hear that she might still be alive. It had something to do with that terrible business in her old... there was some sort of monstrous creatures that were rising around in the hollows of her old mine.
Yes, quite a bit of rumor around that, but just curious. So if the Baroness was in fact alive, what's your position on her?
Oh, the Baroness? Oh, I think she might be too extreme to rule this planet. She had the right ideas, but I don't know if this planet would be ready for her. I mean, clearly that's what happened. They weren't ready for her.
Well, that's excellent feedback. I certainly do appreciate it, and take a little bit of time to yourself this evening. Maybe take a long bath, enjoy yourself.
Yes. Well, thank you. It's so nice to have company. So nice to talk to somebody.
We may call on you again. So just
All right.
be sure to make yourself available.
Excellent. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely evening, I suppose.
Then we close the door. Well, I don't believe that clearly he was up to anything terrible.
No, my impression was the death of the Queen actually, fucked his plans up pretty hard.
I mean, look, that doesn't entirely rule out that he had some kind of hand in the action. He might not have known how far it was going, but truly, I don't think this is our culprit.
Listen, I don't trust fucking anybody, but I definitely think that if he's either some crazy mastermind that just pulled the wool over our eyes, or it's somebody maybe more obvious.
Well, I think before we circle back with the Baroness, we should maybe get a better understanding of where the other end of that radio leads. What do you think?
Yeah, probably. It at least could give us, if it's still intact, could give us a good idea.
That's true. We're still banking on the fact that they're still keeping the other end of that receiver, but...
the rumors are already spreading, which makes me think that at this point they would probably assume that the Lacrimal is gone.
Well,
especially with what's-his-face.
We should probably act quickly. Before we circle back up with Riendo, we might want
There is an announcement that is coming through the entire castle at this point. Just being shouted by couriers around the entire place, that Baron Woke is demanding... Oh, no, not demanding. He is calling for a ceremony tonight at midnight, where he will be making a grand announcement and is asking for all nobles to be there.
Well, it seems like our timetable has certainly been accelerated.
I guess the cat's out of the bag now. Shit.
Let's make our way to Walker. I think we need to figure out exactly who is on the other end of this radio.
All right, so, yeah, that makes sense.
So we head down to Walker's, knock on the door.
Before we even knock on the door, as we're standing outside the door...
You want to just listen in?
I just want to push the button and listen in.
You don't hear anything.
Before we knock, then, do you think it's worth just making our way to Riendo and see if, in fact, she might have had a hand in this?
I think we should just go mosey around the castle and see if we
just hit the button as many times as possible.
It's like
Fair enough.
Like finding your vehicle in the
That's
in the
true.
hat box.
Yes, when you lose your land speeder. Yeah. All right, let's go around and press this button.
All right. As you walk away, the little panel in the door opens and a robot sticks his face out thinking he heard something, and then just closes it and goes back in.
So we go to the obvious spots. Since we visited Woke's quarters, we go to Riendo's quarters. We go to we just visited Walker's quarters. Now we go to Woke's quarters, Riendo's quarters.
All right.
Pressing the button.
Beep, beep, beep. When you go to Riendo's quarters, you do hear the sound at Riendo's quarters. She is in there. She is. You could just hear it from the door. And she is recovering, apparently. And when it starts beeping, does it start beeping out of that thing? You start hearing it out of the...
the receiver, yes.
Out of the receiver. And she's like, what the heck is going on here? You hear her as the thing starts making noise.
Pounding now.
Yeah,
pounding on the door.
Yeah.
I'd say more pounding than knocking.
All right. Riendo opens the door herself. She is... looking relatively well. She seems to have recovered from the poisoning. She's not wearing armor, but she is looking relatively spry.
I immediately walk into the room.
Oh, hello, gentlemen. I must thank you the other day for saving my life.
Yes, and I'm sorry this quick intrusion into your room. We missed our dinner for obvious reasons, and we wanted to circle about and kind of close the loop on a few things, if you don't mind.
No, this is good, because I wanted to speak with you. I have evidence of a conspiracy.
Me eyeing Andrew, would love to hear what your conspiracy theories are.
It's Woke. Woke has been behind all of it. He tried to kill... Well, he didn't try to kill. He succeeded in killing the queen. He'd been working with mutants. I found this in his quarters. Just this afternoon, I found this in his quarters. It was sitting in his quarters. He must have been using it to communicate, but it was aligning with the mutants. He's behind all of it.
And I assume she's pointing to the receiver that we
reporting
heard
to the
hearing
receiver,
a beep come
yes.
at it.
I mean,
So-
scrutiny.
Scrutiny, the most needed scrutiny check ever. Oh, man. I'm going to need that.
This is very important.
I'm going to need that fate point reroll for sure. Oh, yes, I am. I'm going to use a fate point to reroll.
I rolled a 12.
Oh, my God. Well, then I won't use my fate point to reroll.
She seems to be very nervous about all of this as you are barging in here.
Oh, yeah. You found that in his quarters, huh?
Yes. It was in
When?
his quarters.
When?
Where did you
Oh, this afternoon when he was launching the assault.
Where did you find it in his quarters?
I was just laying out in his quarters. Because he had been meeting with the queen, and the queen told me that she suspected that he was up to no good. So while he was out and about, I figured he was behind my poisoning.
You know, that's interesting, because I believe we heard somebody speak through this while the attack was happening.
That's true. I
What?
do remember that happening.
And I immediately bring up the fucking recording and roll back.
So if he didn't have it on him, I wonder who was speaking through the other end of it.
Well,
Oh.
it makes sense that it'd be the person that that had it.
Was probably communicating directly with it, but he didn't have it, as you just stated. So
You found it in his quarters, and that would mean that if you had it during the attack, then you would have been the one speaking through it. And I'm about to put my finger on the recording of what we heard through the thing. Do we want to continue?
What are you talking about? I don't even understand what you're... I thought I could trust you with this evidence, but apparently you're on his side. Get out of here.
So roll some scrutiny again?
No, this is very clear. I mean, she's lying to you.
Yeah.
She's lying to you.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, wow, okay. And I guess we have to go this far. And I press the recording of someone obviously speaking and communicating to the lacrimal through the device while the attack is happening, which can only be her. And I'm like a deadpan stare at
So
her. the
as
whole
she-
time.
Someone, okay, I guess it wasn't him, so it must have been someone else.
So as she says this, Shepard just rolls his eyes and just drops his left hand. Hotshot last pistol slides into his hand and points it right at Riendo.
I'm gonna be very clear. Underneath my robe, my hand was on my power maul this whole time.
Riendo, I want you to know something. I have had quite a tumultuous last 24 hours running around here playing, I don't know what you'd call it, someone who investigates crimes, like a detective, yes. Very unnatural for me, but I can tell you, holding this hotshot last pistol so close to a royal's head feels very comfortable for me, and I have been itching to fall back into some of those old reflexes. So I'm going to ask you now to be very careful with the next words you use, because I want to be clear here. We're not looking to out you, if that's what you were waiting for, because I believe all three of us know who has coordinated this so-called conspiracy, but...
Are you trying to say that I tried to assassinate myself? Are you crazy? That creature was killing everyone that I knew.
Look, I don't know what happened with the poisoning. I can tell you this. You were the only person who survived, and it did happen at the same time you called us to come for dinner, so it seems like that would have been a pretty opportune time for someone to show up and save you, thus removing you from any sort of suspect list.
Also, knowing who we are, what we're capable of, and giving yourself a near lethal dose, but not enough to actually be lethal and therefore take all eyes off of you because you had been poisoned.
Yes, so...
It was Walker's wine.
It was Walker's wine.
Yes, Walker's wine was the stuff that was poisoned, right?
Why do you think that?
Because,
How long are you going to keep this up? I mean, like, and I immediately lift the power maul and put it on my shoulder. I mean, I normally hold him back.
oh, okay. So you're just going to kill me right now in cold blood? Is that what's going to happen?
We're not going to kill you.
You won't make it out of this castle alive if you try to kill me.
Well,
Listen, I've made it out of quite a few castles alive after killing royals just in this exact position, so you'd be quite surprised.
I immediately glance towards Tombs, and I'm like, I will absolutely take that bet.
I'm going to be honest. I actually relish this. I keep a running tally of how many times I've heard that exact statement, and right now I can tell you, my God.
Was that like 46?
No, it's up to 112. My God,
Oh,
has
it
it
was-
been a good year?
It was the you'll never get away with this that was 46.
Yes, that's right. That's on the other page. It changes every now and then. Those last final words. It's very good. But yes, that one, 112.
All of this was for the good of the planet.
Really? Now, why is that?
You've met Woke, haven't you?
Well, yes.
That man is scum.
Well, I would certainly agree. But I think there's also an argument to be made about the extremities of going and killing a queen to stop someone else from taking over the monarchy.
I wouldn't have done it if she said I was going to be queen when she died. And then all of a sudden, she had been meeting with somebody, I don't know who, and then she told me that I wasn't going to be queen anymore. So
I wonder if it had something to do with maybe the fact that you were comfortable with not only hiring one of the worst Xenos scum that the Imperium has ever encountered, but also one that's aligned with something of the ruinous powers.
we are building something new on this planet, something better.
Yeah, that keep telling yourself that.
Building something new?
That's an interesting choice of words.
What do you mean building something new? Who are you building this with?
Get out of my room or kill me.
I immediately grab her and, like, pin her to a chair, and then I say, tie her up.
Fair enough. And I remove my bow tie and flip it around and tie her hands behind the chair.
You'll pay for this.
No. It's very interesting. Now, this is a little unorthodox. I can absolutely tell you. I've never heard of this in any sort of secret organization type scenario. But this little guy here, Daniel, wave with your tentacles.
Hello. I don't know why I talked like that, but hello.
Daniel here actually records everything. And I believe, did we just a few moments ago have a confession? Do you want to play that back for us?
Yeah, there it is. It's you talking not only about having the device that we heard words through at the time of the incident, but just now admitting to causing the whole conspiracy. That's interesting.
It is really interesting. But there it is.
Let's back that up and then back it up again and one more time.
And I mean,
just
the
for
high
good.
definition, it's not too bad. I mean, Daniel does a pretty good job. Daniel, I don't think we say it enough. Thank you so much.
Yes, okay. Let's talk about this.
Yes, let's talk about this. Now,
Yes, I was behind the assassination of the Queen. Yes. Not really. I was only coordinating with folks that wanted the Queen assassinated. They reached out to me. I reached out to them. It doesn't matter. It worked out. Now, I was getting ready to exterminate them as well, okay? But I know not all the mutants are bad. I was going to work with the friendly mutants to destroy the evil mutants, including the ones that I had worked with. One hand washes the other. We eliminate that. The Queen, who has not been a particularly great queen to the people, despite feeling bad near the end of her life. This planet has been almost ruined by her. Then I was going to bring some of her reforms, take them to a new step, bring the mutants into society, and it was going to be best for the planet. And I was going to eliminate Woke in the deal. Woke, who is a scumbag.
so who approached you about removing the Queen? Let's start there. And Shepard slides up a chair, does that whole, turns it around and sits on it backwards, leaning on the back of the chair towards her.
I'm standing with my back against the door to the room, just keeping an eye and an ear out, essentially, for anybody that might be coming by.
Yes. Security will be sweeping by this area relatively soon.
Yeah.
I sent feelers out. I am friends with the friendly mutants. I've been negotiating with them, which meant that I had contacts in the mutant enclave. It was only it was relatively easy to just talk to the other mutants.
Who was speaking for the mutants?
Collins.
Hold on. Let me back that up real quick.
I've been working with Collins this whole time.
Are you telling me you and Collins coordinated to assassinate the Queen?
Yes.
To put who in power?
Me.
That is, man, that is, what a day.
This worm,
Many people are
this
just...
worm can just keeps.
No, there was
seems
that-
to have no bottom.
Collins, the monstrous one who was leading all of the crazy worshippers of that evil god, who I've heard about, but I've been working with Collins.
Suddenly that penny drops.
The Lacrimal
Yeah.
was...
The what?
So you...
All right.
Question, did you happen to hire this creature to help you at all?
What the hell is that?
This may have been the thing you thought was Collins.
Yes, there was an agent of this god, this...
We don't need to go into it.
Fair enough. This agent of a warp entity was posing as Baroness Collins, and...
No, the warp never mind. No, that so I've been tricked? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, you have been tricked. This thing that has been... It sounds like, I don't have all the information, but has been making its way into the core of this planet.
Well, let's be clear. She's still very guilty of conspiracy.
Yes, definitely. I'm just saying, it seems like you have been coordinating with an agent of chaos to bring about the death of the Queen.
No, it's not. Maybe, but that she took me out of the will, okay? She took me out of the will.
So you have the will then.
No, there is no will. I destroyed it.
Damn it. All right. God, couldn't have been this easy. All right. Listen, clearly you're a murderer and an idiot, sort of, but...
No,
Well, you were a conspirator, and you were tricked by a Xenos scum that was under the thrall of a warp entity. That clearly makes you an idiot.
No, I'm a victim. I'm a victim who only wants what's best for this planet.
Yes. Yes, a privileged royal who assassinated the Queen is definitely the victim.
To ascend to power over the entire planet.
Absolutely on your side here. But let's play devil's advocate and say that you're not. And instead, let's look at the net, the outcome here. What are we shooting for? I think we should be straightforward here. Riendo, we appreciate your bold direction and how you've gone about trying to
cause reform.
Reform, which is a truly spectacular thing. I truly am supportive of that. I wanted to let you know that we have a different agenda in mind and would love your support on it. And by love your support, we're more saying we demand your support because then we'll tell everyone that you killed the Queen. But we are looking to put Baroness Collins in power here.
I thought you killed... oh, wait, no, but that was...
That's the Lacrimal, the Xenos creature that you were unfortunately coordinating with to kill the Queen.
Yeah.
Now, listen. Baroness Collins is not the most, let's say, even keel on certain pieces of reform and agendas, but she also hasn't killed any monarchs lately, so I would certainly trust her a little bit longer than you.
And very clearly, she was the one mentioned in the will you destroyed to be the heir apparent for the
Prove
throne.
it.
We don't have to prove it, but we can prove quite literally that you did coordinate and create this conspiracy, so we can prove that.
I feel like I need to, fall back on an old tendency.
Listen, this is what we think.
What are you talking about?
And immediately start digging out tools and stuff.
Oh, I thought you were going to say nuking the site from orbit.
No, that's like my wish tendency.
Okay.
How do we solve this monarchy problem? Just nuke it.
we just nuke the site from orbit. We don't have to worry about it anymore.
Look, these rich people do suck.
I think there's an outcome here that can make both parties pretty happy and content. You don't get to go to jail or get executed for killing a monarch. We get an ally here on this planet, and you get to enact some reform that you've been looking to do, right? We both agree that Woke's a piece of shit, right? We're all on the same page there. We don't like him. Walker, nice guy. He seems to have his way around with robots, but I don't think he's going to be the right fit for the planet as well. It sounds like your feelings more closely align with Baroness Collins, who at this point, as I said before, hasn't killed anyone. So
Is she gonna challenge Woke at the Declaration?
yes, with support from you.
Oh. Well,
I mean, also, it would
Like
help
I-
to have Walker's support. Do you have any sway with Walker?
that idiot, no. I will have my faction support Collins if she does make the declaration.
And here's the thing. I want to let you know that Collins is going to need a lot of support. As you know, in the past, she's tend to kind of take her saintly status, it seems, to extremes. And even though that is going to do great for the mutant populace, we need someone to keep her in check, to keep the whole of the planet moving in the right direction.
Oh, I can keep things in check.
And I think your level-headedness, despite the whole murdering the queen thing, could certainly go a long way with her. I think the two of you working together could maybe take this planet in quite a positive direction.
And, I mean, we want to be clear here that, to keep things in check doesn't mean murder Collins. Like,
Well, only if she needs to be.
I feel like we're going to have some documentation drawn
Seriously,
up.
no more murdering any monarchs. Like, this is the game, right? This is the end game. You and Collins work together, or we, the Inquisition, come back and remind you why you're working together. Does that make sense? Does that resonate with you?
Tombs, I feel like I have an idea that actually might lend itself to your talents.
I would love to hear it.
Why don't we set up some kind of written agreement that we will take with us and have with the Inquisition so it cannot be destroyed mysteriously, that says that she will agree not to dispose of Collins in any way, shape, or form that involves murder or banishment or anything else, but if something happens to go wrong, that you'd be the one to be called.
That sounds like an excellent contract. In fact, I would say let's put it on a yearly recurring check-in.
I mean, I think yearly is a bit generous. Let's make it...
I think it's very generous. I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Look, consistent revenue is important, all right? Sometimes people don't want to kill other people. It's crazy.
So you're extending this blackmail even further then?
Oh, no, let's just say it's a
Leverage.
long-term...
Leverage.
Whoa. A long-term business partnership.
Binding agreement.
Well, I'd shake your hand, but it's tied to this chair at the moment.
Well, I can deal with that, and I just pull on the knot and loosen the bow tie.
Do you have something I can sign?
Certainly, we can get it drawn up. I have never written these contracts. Again, I just kill people. But do you have anything?
Daniel, do you have a standard Imperial contract that we can...
I can have something worked up.
data signature and then
yes.
apply it to the Imperial databases?
Yes, we'll have that uploaded. We'll get that sorted out with you very soon, Baroness Riendo. Thanks so much.
Daniel, you've got so many tricks up those little robot sleeves.
Atris designed me well. What can I say?
Yes, maybe, yes. All right, so I guess we take some time and draw up this contract and get her to sign it before, I assume, midnight.
Yes. It's almost midnight, though.
So I guess we all make our way to the to this announcement.
Well, we have to go collect Collins.
Yeah,
first.
let's go sync with Collins real quick. Knock on the door.
Hey, guys. I've been working on the speech. Is it time to go? Is that what's going on at midnight?
Okay, so...
We're going to give you a quick run-through of what's been going on.
Recap.
And let's just say, for time's sake, we recap everything that's gone on.
Oh, yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
And like that Riendo is going to support, show her the contract. Yeah. So, just to recap, this will be contingent on your support of the Inquisition. We want to make sure that we have a long-standing partnership, and also there's a very immediate need of your involvement with our organization.
What do you mean by that? I mean, I will give you my loyalty to an extent. I'm not 100% trustworthy of the Inquisition, to be perfectly honest.
Listen, we're certainly dealing with a scenario like that right now.
This is a favor to me.
Okay. What is it? What do you need me to do?
Well,
I feel like this is something best discussed after the Ascension.
Okay. Are we fighting someone?
Potentially. We would likely need your assistance, your alliance with this situation. But I don't feel like this is something you should be thinking about right now.
I guess. I just really don't want to work with your Master Atris. So...
it's interesting you bring that up.
So we're going after him.
What?
He's a renegade.
Oh.
Quite literally, we need your help taking him down.
Your DNA is really the only way that we can get into the place.
I suppose you will have to explain more of this to me later.
Yes, we'll
There's
have
a reason we kept this out.
We'll give you a longer description of the necessaries, but can we assume that we have your support?
Of course. I owe you one, and I owe Atris several.
Perfect. All right. Well,
Awesome.
Let's get this ceremony underway then.
All right, so we make our way to the ceremony. I'm assuming we keep her in disguise
For dramatic entrance.
Yes.
for dramatic entrance to whip it off. It's
All right.
me, Collins.
You go to the grand ballroom of the castle, and there's a huge, maybe the most elaborate thing here is there is a chandelier made of ice that is hanging over the whole place.
Nice.
And
Cool.
Difficult to maintain.
Wink, wink.
Boo.
there are candles in it that are like in sort of different ones, but it must be cold enough that it doesn't melt, or maybe they refresh the ice. I don't know. A lot of ice stuff at this place. But the light that glimmers in the chandelier cascades through like the ice everywhere, and this whole place looks...
So it's basically just a fancy disco ball, is what this thing is.
I don't know what that is, but yeah, I guess so.
It's a weird time.
and-
Yes, I've never heard of a disco ball. What is that?
It's one of the first age of strife
Oh,
in the
interesting.
Imperium's history.
It's some really serious dark technology then.
Dark stuff.
My goodness.
That dance moves like you wouldn't believe.
Bell-bottom
Bell-bottom pants.
All of that sounds horribly heretical. But
Well, to describe this room, there's about 100 nobles in here. They've all been gathered together and they're all standing around the edges of the room. Some of them are sitting down. Some of them are like looking. Some of them have got their arms folded. You do look around. You do see Walker in here. Riendo's here. Woke is standing in the center though, and he's saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, friends, allies, my fellow nobles, we have lost my aunt, my lovely, beautiful queen. But now is no longer the time for mourning. Now is the time to move forward. I have eliminated the mutant threat that lurks underneath this castle. I am the new monarch, the best candidate for the new monarch, and I announce that I will be assuming the throne. Do I have your support?"
I immediately we eyeball towards Riendo, and then we give Collins the signal, I guess.
Well, and as well, before Colin steps out, I think it's important to disqualify some of his statements.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, like, as he said that, well, that was a very nice speech, Woke. And by the way, if everyone hasn't met me before, my name is Shepard Tombs, a consultant for the Inquisition. And
While he's doing this, is there displays? Is there Imperial displays within this room?
I mean, just like artwork of like Imperial stuff?
No,
or
like computer displays, like
No,
monitors.
there's no, there, I'm sorry, there aren't.
Damn it.
Yeah. This is a very old castle.
Ah.
Yeah. I know, I see what you're trying to do, but it's not that sort of thing.
and I assume Serrano and some of the Scourge are
Serrano
here.
and the Scourges are there as well. I mean, I got a loudhailer if you
I was
need
just
some
gonna say.
noise.
So I'm gonna patch the conversation with Serrano and Woke into the loudhailer and wait for the signal. Essentially,
Yeah.
Well, Woke, I wanted to quickly recap that was an excellent speech, and it's nice to meet all of you. I am here with my colleague, Andrew.
Shut up. I'm busy with this. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time.
beep.
You hit the button, and then, like, the hollow goes up with playing the conversation.
Yeah, with the loudhailer.
Yeah.
So that happens.
So basically
Yeah.
plays its way through.
There's some muttering amongst the nobles. Don't listen to that. That's forgery. It doesn't matter if I didn't. I led the assault, and that's what really mattered here.
Serrano.
Commander! I'm so sorry. I meant Captain Serrano. I'm getting ahead of myself. Can you confirm that you, in fact, were assisting us in an inquisitorial secret mission to bring down this threat?
That is correct. I was assisting the Inquisition. Gasp, 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 gasp.
Thank you so much. And as you know, we, the Inquisition, like to work closely with the forces that you trust to keep you safe. And as we've seen so far, Serrano has been a very trustworthy man, so thank you very much. And with all of these certain things that are very touchy, you know that...
It seems that Woke wasn't
I still
totally
claim the throne.
honest. You don't have a claim to the throne.
Well, he
I
does.
am the blood of the queen.
Did he just say he's the emperor?
I misspoke. It's very stressful at the
Did he
moment.
say that he's the emperor? Did everyone else just hear that?
Look, unless anyone else wants to claim to be the monarch of this planet, I still maintain my claim. And even, you know what? I still maintain it no matter what, because I am what is best for this planet. I am the center, the radical center that will keep the course.
Well, you know, I would certainly agree. If the Queen had trusted you with the very specific conversation she was having, because, of course, you'd know, in fact, that she was aiming for one particular individual to make claim for this throne. Someone who's been working as her agent for years to make every royal in here more money and set this entire planet up for its best and brightest future.
Someone that has, in fact, blood claim and may, in fact, have not been a perpetrator of a recent crime.
Very true, very true. Who could that be? And then we kind of nod to, I guess, our person who has still the disguise. Dolores. Dolores, do you mind introducing yourself?
And Baroness Collins steps forward, lowers her hood, and says, I am Baroness L. Collins, and I claim the throne. Gasp, 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 gasp.
Now, of course, this sounds completely unsubstantiated if she wasn't already working with the well-respected, loyal, definitely not a terrible, terrible lying individual, Baroness Riendo. Wouldn't you agree, Baroness?
I give my support to Baroness Collins.
And you confirm that you and Baroness Collins and the Queen were having these conversations?
Yes, she was the one the Queen desired to take over. I asked that all those who would support me would support Baroness Collins as well.
And, you know, there has been some rumors going around of...
that somebody was acting against the interest of the Queen. I mean, clearly we showed some of that footage that would confirm, so...
And that it was, you know, Collins that was the one that was doing it.
Yes, but in fact, as we saw...
And I play the recording with the Lacrimal. It was some Xeno scum.
So what is really interesting, I guess I get what you're getting at, Andrew. It sounds like people who would not be in support of this transition, backed up by the Queen and Riendo, who's verified, and ourselves, I feel like we'd have to open a full inquisitorial investigation into anyone who was making a very firm anti-claim, wouldn't you agree?
I mean, inquiries would be made.
Yes, we'd have to get quite a few of the Adeptus Sororitas down here to make and finish those inquiries.
You know, it's funny that you mention them. They don't take well to heresy,
They don't, definitely not. And listen, I think we can all agree their ends, as terrifying as they are, certainly justify the means if we're going to root out this heretical influence. But again, we could all be mistaken. There might not be any fanatics here. And of course, everyone we believe is fully in support of this transition. Should we make a very large charm roll here?
Okay, you're going to need to make a charm roll. It's going to be at -10. It should be lower, but you have the support of Collins. Not Collins. I mean, you do have the support of Collins, but you have the support of Riendo, and you have the support of
Captain.
The sort of support of Serrano.
I'm sure he's a little thrown at this point, but that's why we asked for his buy-in first before we revealed that Collins was here. Okay, I'm using my fate point now to make that reroll. I didn't use it before because you made that roll. All right.
I do not pass.
All right, well, unfortunately with that reroll, that's a 92, so I failed.
I do not pass.
All right. So your grand plan to get people convinced is convince some of them, but not all of them. And Woke says, no. I challenge. By right of combat, I challenge Baroness to a fight. And he grins because he sees the Baroness is all still, like, terribly injured from her battle below. Fight to the death. Honorable combat.
Interesting. Real quick, can we, as you said, huddle up real quick?
Yes.
Is it possible for someone to fight by proxy?
Yes.
Do we Do we want someone to step in and fight for Collins? That might be the best way.
I feel like I'm the only person that can. Since you're still, like...
Pretty beat up from before?
Not well.
Well, it all depends. Is the competition around sneaking and shooting people in the head? I'm pretty good at it. But, Daniel, is this combat like close combat, or is this ranged combat?
It would depend on what the challenger says.
We look back at Woke. Rules of the combat!
Fight to the death. No other rules.
What are we thinking here? Like guns? Or like, swords?
Choose your weapon. It's fine. I'll beat you in whatever you bring.
Collins, do you have a moment? And just kind of pull Collins into the huddle. We have a plan. We hear that you could potentially have a proxy for this combat. Of course, unless you're hiding some sort of secret blood transfusion you're about to do on yourself.
I'm a pretty good shot with this auto pistol, but I don't think so.
Well, we've got a certain gentleman here with, I've seen it in action, a pretty nasty mace.
I also have a bolt gun. I mean, he's just a dude. Like, what's he gonna do against a bolt gun?
Well, I don't know. What do you think, Collins? Can Andrew step in for you?
Sure, I will declare you my my proxy.
That's 3, Collins. I'm keeping tally. That's 3 now.
I don't know about that. I don't know if this one counts, but okay.
So I guess Collins accepts with Andrew as proxy?
I declare this man my proxy, who will fight on my behalf.
And I immediately bring out... I just want to see if there's like... Can I try to intimidate?
Yeah, of course.
So I like...
Wait, he hasn't declared if he is a proxy. You should maybe try to play this low key.
I declare that I will fight myself.
Never mind. Show whatever you want.
So I immediately like unveil my robe, and not only to show that like I'm mostly mechanical. I mean, 2 of my limbs are mechanical at this point. Also, my skin is not like real skin, and I'm holding a bolt gun and something very close to a thunderhammer. How does he react? Should I roll an intimidation check?
I mean, yes, you need to roll an intimidation check to see what happens. You get plus 20 to it, though.
I don't pass.
Oh, no.
I cannot roll below a fucking 80 for some reason.
Well, you're going to need to now.
Sure. Okay, let's do this. And he reaches to his side. He unveils his robe to show up what he has.
Ooh, 2 robe unveilings.
And he pulls out a twisted, some sort of Xenos blade in one hand and pulls a plasma pistol that he charges in the other hand.
Fuck!
You got this, buddy. Good luck. Rooting for you on the sidelines.
Let's go. And all of the nobles are now backing up to the sides of the room.
What is there in the way of cover in this room?
There's actually a huge table, like just a big old like dining table or like meeting table out there that nobody's actually doing anything on. He actually had jumped on top of it and was making his speech.
By the way, while all people are backing up, I'm going up to some royals, like as I'm standing next to them and like leaning in there, like, Shepard Tombs is a consulting assassin. I kill people for you, so if you ever just need me, here's a card. Here's a card for you.
I got a 12.
What's his agility?
Because I rolled a fucking 9.
He rolled a 9 as well, but he has 46 agility, so he's going to go before you.
God damn it!
Those mechanics slowing you down.
Some bullshit. I call bullshit. Bullshit o'clock. That's what's happening right now. He's got a Xenos weapon. Like, could this guy be serrated query?
I mean, we don't know, but he's also rich, so, you know, that goes a long way.
All right.
Smash this guy's fucking face.
Wait a minute. Maximal. What's maximal again?
Oh, no.
It's plasma.
I know
pistol.
that one well. If you go maximal with the shot, it ups the damage, it ups the pen to pen 8, and it's 2d10 plus the regular, so it's 2d10 plus 6 up to pen 8.
Okay. But then it will...
But he can't... He has to wait a turn to reload it.
Yeah, exactly.
It takes a full turn for it to cool... Not reload, but it waits a full turn to cool down.
Yeah, he's going to take the maximal shot, then he's going to rush at you with his sword, is his plan.
Oh, boy.
Well, I'm glad I healed after the last debacle. I'm glad that you took the brunt of the damage after the last debacle.
There you go. That's what I'm here for, buddy.
All right, he hits. Well, you're going to have to try to dodge.
I'm going to dodge.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
I absolutely dodge.
All right. So his maximal shot plasma pistol goes off. It hits, and a noble like dives out of the way as it like explodes one of the pieces of art on the far wall.
Cool.
Andrew, what do you do?
Well, he's getting some voltage.
Okay.
What kind of armor does he have on?
He has a carapace armor built into his clothing.
Okay. Is his face protected?
It is not.
I'm shooting him in the face.
Are you calling the shot?
Yeah, I can call shot with no penalty.
Oh, you have the same thing.
Yeah, I have precision killer.
Excellent.
I'm going to shoot him in the face.
Seems like a good decision.
I super hit. That's a fucking 31. So
Okay, well, he's going to try to dodge.
actually, he may be lucky that I did not semi-auto because that would have been 2 bullets.
His agility is 46. He rolled a 47.
Sweet baby Jesus.
1 degree. 1 degree is just as bad as all the degrees bad.
Especially when a bolt gun is shooting you.
Yes.
Look, he has a lot of fellowship. Is mostly his thing.
Yeah, 14 damage to the face.
All right, he has a little bit of toughness that reduces it, but and he like
Just blasts the whole part of
It's
his face
explosive
up.
in that
yeah.
tearing.
Well, so he hasn't actually taken any of the critical damage yet, so it's just sort of like it. He takes the damage, but it's more like just general like weakening him.
It's like it's like grazing him.
Yeah, exactly. You son of a bitch! Get off my planet! And he charges forward with his sword.
It's hammer time.
It is.
That is a hit.
I'm gonna dodge.
Okay.
I still dodge.
Really?
What you get?
Because I have the plus 20 to my agility. My agility is a 31, and I rolled a 50.
Nice.
Which means I got a 31 exactly.
Okay. He misses. But now his pistol is ready to fire again, and he can use his pistol and his sword at the same time because he's a 2-weapon wielder.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since I don't take penalty for bringing out my Thunder Maul, I'm bringing out my Thunder Maul.
Okay.
And I'm going to smash him in the face again because I'm going to
Okay.
call shot on his face.
Makes sense.
Unfortunately, no, I miss.
As you swing that and miss, and he's missing you, I'm just still again leaning over to people. See, I would have hit him in the face that time. I swear, my service is top notch.
So you're not trying to convince people to like support Collins. You're just
No, I feel
you're
pretty good about
networking.
this combat. I'm networking right
You're
now.
networking. Okay.
I'm giving me a little me time.
No,
you know?
no. I understand.
Got to build up the credibility.
All right. He's going to make a maximal shot right at you with the pistol and also hit you with his sword. He's going to do both.
Okay.
He misses with the pistol. Again,
Excellent.
it hits the ground and like opens up like a huge gash into the floor. And he does succeed to hit you with his sword. Well,
I will try to dodge. I dodge again with a 19.
man, this is a very thrilling combat. Okay, everybody's
It
just
is.
dodging.
Just imagine in your head we're like dodging left and right.
Yeah.
It is. It's very thrilling.
No, it
Nobody's
is
gotten
very
critically
thrilling. Yes,
hit.
yes.
Well, I'm going to try and smash him in the face again.
Of course.
See, that's why he's dodging. He knows you're just going for face shots.
Unfortunately, I rolled the exact same thing. I rolled a 91 again, so that
Jeez.
definitely misses again.
Okay. Well, he is going to try to hit you with his sword. He rolls 100. He goes for a big swing to take off your head in one big blow and overextends himself.
All right, so I'm going to hit him in the face, hopefully, this time.
Third time's
Maybe.
the charm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's an 11.
He's going to parry.
You can try.
Yeah.
Fail.
He's got pretty good weapon skill. Oh, God. He does fail, though.
All right, here we go. 18 damage, pen 8 to his face.
Cool.
Also, he has to take a minus 10 toughness test for concussive.
Okay. He still hasn't taken critical damage.
He's a tough cookie.
Yeah.
He is. It's all that royal plastic surgery. They put like metal in there.
He succeeds his toughness check. He stays up.
Even with the minus 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta
rolled-
say, you're probably surprised because you hit this guy like pretty solidly in the face, and he's still fine.
I mean, he's bleeding
yes,
and like...
but he's not paper mache.
He's not, he's
Yeah.
not pulped at
He's
this
not a
point.
pinata, basically.
Yeah.
Like you've hit most things with that.
Okay.
All right. He's going to...
Can't shoot his pistol.
He's going to try to hit you with his sword one more time. You know, he's not doing anything clever. He rolled a 7, so he got you.
I will try and dodge.
Yeah.
I do not.
Cool.
Oh
So
no.
That's a 93.
So you take...
Where does he hit me?
he said he rolled a 7, right? So he hits you in
70, which means it's my body armor.
body armor. Okay. So he hits... his damage is... Oh. Let's see. I rolled a 10. So you take 18 damage.
Pen?
Pen 4.
I take 1 point of critical damage.
Jeez.
To be fair, he looks like he's about to start taking critical damage. But 1 critical damage to the chest is something. A blow to the target's body steals the air from his lungs. The target can only take a half action on his next turn.
You're doing all right out there, buddy. Just stop getting stabbed. So you can only take a half action now.
Yes.
But that's all you need. Just swing that big hammer.
Yeah, standard attack is still a half action.
Go for his balls. Don't. Just kidding. Face is good.
All right, well, I mean, I keep hitting him. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
don't
You
fix
only,
something that ain't broke.
Yeah, you
But
only
I mean,
have a
at
half.
this point, you've had like a blade like just shoved
Yeah.
into your chest.
Yeah, exactly. It right through that synth skin.
I'm getting flashbacks here.
Yeah.
Swords and chests, not good for me. Yes, it hits.
Okay.
Go ahead and parry.
He's gonna parry. He succeeds.
Oh no, this is getting dangerous.
So how does that work if it has a power field? Does that mean it destroys your thing?
I have a power field.
He has a power field.
You have a power
too.
field too?
Yeah.
Okay, so then never mind.
No, it means that if he didn't have a power field and he tried to parry this, his weapon would be destroyed.
But also,
Okay.
if yours didn't have a power field, he could
Vice
destroy
versa.
yours. Yeah.
So he just just blocks
So you guys have
it
these
off.
like electrified powered weapons, just like clang clang.
Yep.
Pretty rad.
Do you yield?
Fuck you.
Okay. He's going to try to hit you with his sword first. He rolled an 82. That's a miss. Then he's going to try to shoot you with his gun. Ooh, that's going to be a hit.
I dodge.
Oh my god.
I fucking dodge. Holy God.
What did you get?
I just rolled a 51 again, which means I passed. Let's try this again and hope that he doesn't parry.
This
Yeah.
guy's super durable.
I mean, I feel like
Shepard's actually pretty impressed at
Yeah,
how many
exact-
shots to the face this
I
guy's
mean, he was
taken.
willing to lead, like, as part of the assault down into the mines.
I'm almost wondering if I should just shoot him. Since essentially he can't use his pistol this coming round.
Yes.
I will try to hit him once with my melee weapon, and if this fails, then I'll probably step back and try and shoot him at point blank range.
Okay.
Because I'm much better at shooting than I am in melee, even though I happen to get really lucky in melee most of the time.
Okay.
I fail
Okay.
to hit him.
He doesn't parry?
I rolled a flat 80.
All right. Now, that was half your action.
Wait.
You want...
That is incorrect. Sorry, take that back. I rolled an 8. I did the numbers backwards.
You reversed him?
8 and 80 are very
different numbers.
Very
For some
different.
reason, the single die number was an 8, and I was like, and the other one was a double zero.
Double
and
zero.
I was like, that's an 80. Fuck.
He fails to parry.
Oh my god, you could kill him right here.
Well, I mean, very good chance. I'm still calling shot to his face.
Of
'cause
course.
I'm hitting-
Yeah.
That's a righteous fury.
Okay. Well, I guess he's done for.
That wasn't a big number after the righteous fury.
What's the total damage?
23 damage, pen 8.
Oh, only 23 damage.
with energy?
With energy, yeah.
Superheated by the attack, the target's brain explodes, tearing apart his skull and sending flaming chunks of meat flying at those nearby. The target is very, very dead, except that's the 9. You got the 10 plus. As above, except the target's entire body catches fire
Oh, no.
and runs off headless 2d10 meters in a random direction.
Awesome.
Okay, he's going to run 15 meters in a random direction. It means he's just going to run up against the wall.
Can
of
he
this room.
run for fun? Can he run at Serrano and Serrano like runs away?
I mean, yeah, sure. His flaming corpse runs around. Anything flammable it passes, including characters, must make a challenging agility test or be caught on fire.
Well, it's a good thing this whole thing's made of ice.
Good thing we're in Ice Castle.
Yeah. The table catches on fire as he's running around. Everybody actually gets out of the way of him, more or less, so he doesn't actually catch anybody else on fire.
So essentially, I swung my maul with such force that it just took the head clean off, which disintegrated, and then his headless, still standing body just catches fire and starts running in a direction.
Nice.
Yes, and until it collapses. You might have expected cheers from the crowd, but mostly it's sort of a grim silence. Some people are shocked by the fight.
I look around, I'm like, what's up? Who's next?
You know, I find it kind of odd that at the end of the day, to solve all of this, we just needed to assassinate a royal, a thing that I do all the time. Interesting. Well,
I declare myself, once again, queen of this planet. I assume the throne. And there's quiet members.
woohoo! Yeah! And just Shepard claps.
And Riendo joins in. Yes! Yeah! Woo! And there is sort of a clap that starts to break out amongst
slow
everyone.
clap.
It's not really a slow clap, but just a couple people clapping and then more and more joining in. So it's not a slow clap, but it is a slowly spreading quick clap sort of thing.
Nice.
It's close to the traditional slow clap. But
I slam my maul against the ground.
yes.
And then I immediately take a knee and medicate myself.
like you're doing it like to do an awesome warrior
like,
pose.
"Ugh."
And you're like, yeah.
One
oh
knee.
my god, I feel horrible.
What's with swords and chests, man?
You keep getting stabbed in the chest with sharp weapons.
It's now it's gotten to the point where I set up the field. I had the plus sign, and now it's an X in one of the corners of the four corners. Like,
Nice.
it's bad.
You're just turning into a tic-tac-toe board eventually.
Apparently. So it's unfortunately it's only 1 degree of success, which means I just clear critical damage.
Okay.
That's still not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I'm at 0 hit points.
Wounds.
0
They're not
wounds.
called hit points.
I'm at 0 wounds.
Well, Baroness, Your Majesty, congratulations on your ascension to the throne.
Well, it's not official yet. We're going to have a ceremony on another day, but I need to go talk to some other people. Thank you very much for your help. Keep me informed about what's going on with Atris.
Yes, and just so you know, that's going to have to happen very soon. So if you don't mind, Andrew and I will probably remain at the castle and call upon you shortly.
Oh, of course. You have my full support.
All right. Well, this was quite an adventure. We solved a mystery. I got to watch someone get their head exploded. Pretty much everything besides the mystery part. That's pretty par for the course.
Multiple heads. You exploded heads.
Yes, I did.
There's a bunch of people that are running up to Colin, shaking her hand, like championing her, asking questions. People are yelling at each other. This whole place has turned into a crazy sort of thing. Walker comes up to you guys and says, "I thought you were going to help me become king."
Well, we're always in support of someone interested in furthering the unique approaches to leadership.
I think your technological expertise is more valuable to help her set up stability on the planet than you actually leading.
I guess. Well, I could have helped you out. I could have given you some robots, but whatever.
Yeah.
Nice seeing you guys, though. Good luck out there.
Good seeing you as well, Walker.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you do, I
Yeah,
guess.
no. Have a good one. With him gone, Riendo has gone off with Collins, and Woke's dead on the ground. Lee Strahd sort of comes up to you and says, "What are you two doing?"
The case is solved, Lee Strahd. Can you believe it? It was Woke the whole time. I mean, not entirely. We're still sorting out that last bit, but you don't need to know about that. All I can tell you is this. You and your security force definitely helped us get the job done, so we'll be bringing that up with the former Baroness when we reconvene with her shortly.
Okay, I feel like I'm missing something.
Definitely missing quite a bit, Lee Strahd, but I absolutely appreciate, and let me put in one word here.
Par for the course for the Inquisition.
That Irene Adler, she was integral in helping us kind of nail
Man,
these.
just take a step back.
I think that
Mixed messages.
she could be a liaison for the Inquisition whenever we make landfall
fucking
again.
hates you.
Irene overhears this, and she just silently glares at you, flips you off, which is a gesture that has survived into the 41st millennia, and storms out of the room.
A lot of passion there. Well,
Wow, the denial.
I think we're going to make an excellent team, Irene and I. But also, Lee Strahd, it's been great working with you as well. We will keep in touch.
All right. Well, you're still welcome to your quarters for as long as you're going to stay here. I guess I'm not even the one who needs to say that anymore. The Queen says that. But yeah, thank you for your help, I think.
No problem, Lee Strahd. See you next time. And basically, we walk off to the quarters.
I think we both need naps.
Yes. I think,
Intravenous.
I think more than that, you need some medical
drips,
care. I mean, I can try to help, but
extended care.
yes, that would be great. I'm also feeling pretty bad. But I don't know if you mind, but I think, I've earned hit the button on Daniel.
That button.
Yes.
No other buttons.
Yeah, don't
The
worry.
one
I know
I'm-
which button it is.
What I'm pointing to.
Yeah, somebody hit it. Right here we go.
That is the wrong button.
And a message, a little holographic message appears. And it's Atris.
What the fuck?
What in the world? I swear I thought I hit the right button.
Andrew, I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed to happen this way. I did all of this for the galaxy. The Imperium of Man is wrong. We've forgotten our science. We've forgotten our freedom. We've forgotten our mercy. As long as we revere a corpse and his followers, humanity will never create the utopia that we deserve, to create our birthright. No, that's not true. I didn't do this for humanity. I did this for Catherine. I did it for my family. When she died, I had to raise Yisha alone, but death doesn't need to be the end. Death can't be the end. There has to be something beyond death. But all my science, all of my research couldn't bring her back, which is why I started to use my unorthodox methods. As long as Catherine's soul existed, I knew there was a way to bring her back, and I knew it must be there. I just need to get her body. That's what the broken chains were, okay? They supplied my research, they implemented it, but I lost control of them. That's why you and Jay had to eliminate them. What they were doing was wrong. And yes, I started it, but it just became out of control. Look, I just needed to make the galaxy a better place. I needed to... Well, the time is now. I have everything I need, and I have prepared everything to my precise specifications. Death need not limit humanity anymore. I can save Catherine. I will save Catherine. I'll save Jay. I could save everyone. Then I'll save the whole galaxy. Please, stay out of my way.
What the fuck, Daniel?
I don't know. I guess that was a message contained in me. I don't know.
Oh, look, I found the right button.
Thanks for listening to this grimdark tale. Our boys have solved the case and forged a strong alliance with the former Baroness and new Queen of Sepphoris Secundus. But will this alliance bear fruit in their coming battle against Atris? Tune in next month to find out. Special thanks to Daniel Fernandez for inserting his soul into a servo skull and helping these two as Game Master. I'll be chronicling new episodes of Dark Heresy every first and second Wednesday of the month. And if you want to get your wargaming fix, tune into Roll to Seas every final Wednesday. If you'd like to download more episodes or check out other similar podcasts, head over to partialarc.com. There you might enjoy listening to Friday Night Quests, a podcast much like Dark Heresy, but set in the fantastical and equally hilarious world of Dungeons & Dragons. You may even recognize some familiar voices, such as Daniel Fernandez or even Jay Jones, along with many more ridiculous and wonderful characters. Definitely check it out. Also, you can email these morons any questions at rolltoseas@gmail.com. Of course, you can always follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr, all at Partial Arc. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to leave a rating and review on iTunes. You could be named Monarch of an ice planet. How cool! Goodbye.